Hi, here is ZAPY speaking. After a 2 week silence, we bring back a whole new series of ZAPY speaking commentary on US political presidential elections. That's a mouthful, but simply put, what we're gonna do is after an important speech in this election cycle, Aaron and me will provide comment for this speech. And today is one of those speeches. Today, Joe Biden went to the convention and accept the nomination for this presidential run. And we find this is a perfect moment for us to begin this whole series. And Aaron and I has been brainstorming and think about what is it and what are these key elements to make a powerful or transformative speech. We come up with three E's. These are our expectations for powerful speech. They are elucidate, express, and engage. To demonstrate this point, we will run through 3 videos and showcase what we mean here. Without further ado, I will begin with the video here. So first, I will begin with the audio, and we will build up towards how we exceed certain expectations.
I have to take a moment to address something that the President said this morning. Toward the end of his remarks, President Trump said he hopes that, quote, George Floyd is looking down and seeing this is a great day for our country. He was speaking of a man who was brutally killed by an act of needless violence and by a larger tide of injustice that has metastasized on this president's watch as he's moved to split us based on race and religion, ethnicity.
So that is our audio, and that's example of below expectation. And second example is how the neutral meet the expectations.
Let's do it.
It's time for us, for we the people, to come together. And make no mistake, united we can and will overcome this season of darkness in America. We'll choose hope over fear, facts over fiction, fairness over privilege. I'm a proud Democrat, and I'll be proud to carry the banner of our party into the general election. So it's with great honor and humility, I accept this nomination for President of the United States of America.
Okay, so these are our demonstrations of the first 2 videos. Let's hear Aaron's perspective.
I think the big difference between these 2 videos, what takes us from Joe Biden's first video, where I don't think he's meeting those expectations. I think he's still looking, still trying to find those expectations. And what takes us in the second video to where we're actually meeting those expectations is how engaged he seems to be with his own speaking. So that was our third E. So we had elucidate, express, and engage. So was he elucidating? Was he clear in what he was saying? I think in both he was fairly clear. Was he emoting? Well, in the first video, no, he wasn't showing emotion. He wasn't expressing emotion, not so much in the first video. But in the second video, yes. But really the big difference was in the second video, he seemed to engage with his own speaking. He seemed interested in what he was saying. And if a speaker is interested in what they're saying, the audience is probably going to be more interested too. And I think we saw a lot more of that on interest because we heard things like more emphasis. So when Joe Biden's speaking, he'll say certain words that are, we the people hope, and he says them louder as if they're worth emphasizing to him, they're worth focusing on to him. And because of that, we start to see a speech that it evokes emotion. It gets a response from an audience because he's being clear, he's elucidating, he's bringing emotion, he's expressing, and he's engaging with his own material. He's showing interest in his own material. In the first one, he was clear, but he wasn't expressive nor engaged. Whereas in the second one, I think he does hit all 3. And I'm curious to see what'll make us go beyond that in our next video clip that we look at.
Right. So Aaron touched on this expectation really nicely. And today, when I see this video, I just tell him, Aaron said, "Oh, this Joe is so good. This is great speech. I even call it a transformative speech." Then Aaron said, "Hold on a bit. You just expect Joe to be a best speaker. Therefore, when he just check a regular box, you think he did an outstanding job." I was like, "Well, then show me what is outstanding then." Aaron said, "Well, hold my beer, and this is the outstanding one." So this one you're looking at is Obama. Guess what it is?
Yes, we can to opportunity and prosperity. Yes, we can heal this nation. Yes, we can repair this world. Yes, we can. And so tomorrow, as we take the campaign south and west.
So that is Barack's "Yes We Can" video, and that in the background is when he win the first primary in New Hampshire. Therefore, he said we're gonna take to other states. So from there on, he just blast through this year's election and become president for the next 8 years.
I think the main thing that shows, like, it's really hard to get from that, like, that's a 12, 13-minute speech, to get what I'm really thinking about into those 45 seconds or 30 seconds is hard, but I do think we see a good image of how much engagement Barack Obama was getting out of his audience. They're chanting, they're following along with him. But the instant he starts speaking again, they stop because they're engaged with what he's doing and they're paying attention. They want to be able to hear what he's saying. They're chanting something that he brought up in the speech. They're engaged with what he's saying, and he's got so much control that he's able to keep them exactly where he wants them. The question, of course, how did he do that? He's already elucidating, he's already expressing, he's already engaging. I think the main thing that he does here is, well, there's a couple things, but the main thing I want to point out is he looks at what his audience wants in advance. And I do think to an extent Joe Biden does this as well, but Barack Obama hits the nail right on the head. He starts repeating it over and over again. He brings this idea up over and over that we can do this. We're a team. Yes, we can. So he hit on what his audience wanted. He hammered it home repeatedly, and he had a greater impact because of it, which is why he exceeded those expectations. Of course, there's a variety of other things involved. You can see other elements playing into it that do push the speech a little bit beyond. And one little moment I want to draw out right near the beginning, as the audience is chanting, but before he starts speaking, he gets this little sly smile on his face because he's having fun. He knows what he's doing. And you can see that he's looking at someone outside, kind of giving that little wry grin, like, watch this. He's very aware of exactly what's happening. And there's a lot more going on. He's having fun. He's enjoying it. He's not just engaged with his own speaking. He's having fun with his speaking, which takes it to a whole new level. And he's enjoying the audience. And I think the audience can feel that and is enjoying the speech as well. So there's a lot of other things going on that push it beyond expectations and make it a more memorable speech. But I don't have all day to go over them. Those are kind of some of the things, though, that I think push it beyond that, and things that I'd love to see other speakers like Joe Biden capitalize on a little bit more, repeating the key message that really hammers it home to the audience and having fun with it.
Yeah, that is very good. So these 3 videos, we all home in the idea of expectations. I actually challenged us to think about what expectations are, and we come up with these 3 criteria: elucidating, express, and engage. As we comment through, I don't know if the audience realize that these 3 E's is an incremental improvement. You think about that. The most basic element of speech is to be clear. Then you are able to express yourself, to show your emotion to the whole audience. And in the end, you engage them, bring them with you. And that's the bottom line of expectation. Like Aaron said, when speakers go above and beyond the 3 E's in Obama's level, and that is always say exceed the expectation. So today, ZAPY Speaking bring you all this ease. We hope you can keep these e-messages in your mind when you deliver your next speech. Do you have anything you want to add on, Aaron, for this little session?
I don't think so. I think keep in mind that if you have fun with it, your audience will too. But as long as you're elucidating, expressing, and engaging, you're probably going to be all right with your speaking. Other than that, I look forward to seeing more speeches from the presidential campaign, because I'm sure it's going to be an interesting one with a lot of mudslung and a lot of interesting, powerful, or questionable speaking things done over the next few months. We'll see what they are, and I look forward to finding out. In the meantime, all I can say is stay fishy out there and have fun.
Yeah, have fun, and we are having fun making this video, and we have a lot of fun in this season and making the rest of the series. And here's ZAPY Speaking. Until we see you next time.